What's up, beautiful people? Padres drop another series, this time to the Giants. They lose the series 2-1. Going to be looking back and recapping the series a little bit. A lot of bad and only a little bit of good. Starting pitchers dazzled, did really well. Going to look on that a little bit. Running and scoring position disaster class once again. I have a feeling this is going to be a trend. Kim's horrible day in Game 3. Schultz bullpen management. Merrill has a 4-hit game. Looking at a major bonehead play of the series that ends up costing us probably the series, and then looking forward and trying to stay optimistic and positive, looking towards Chicago and the Cubs. Let's do this. I know I've said it for 20 plus years, but I got a feeling this is the year. God, Tatis is such a sexy guy. Keep the faith, baby.
1 year soon, the baseball gods will smile on the San Diego Padres, and we will have a parade.
Stay vibrant, Friar Faithful.
And now your handsome host, Beto Diaz on Friar Field Talk.
Jumping back right into it, Padres fall short against the Giants 2-1. A really bad loss in Game 3 against the Giants on Sunday, and just a very underwhelming performance from the batters. Very bad series, bad taste in the mouth. You know, when you're losing to division rivals 2 games out of 3, you're not feeling well about it, especially on the road and games you can win. I think all 3 games were very winnable games. Very tough and hard to handle this last game. I know I'm pretty upset. It was a pretty shitty game. Obviously, I'm talking right now an hour after the game, and we just came up short again. And just reminiscing on things from the past, from last year, 2023, we all know how horrible we were with running and runners in scoring position and one-run games. Just a testament again. It seems like it's the same old thing, same old song and dance again with our Padres. Not getting timely hits. We actually got 10 hits in Game 3. We'll look into the stats a little bit later, but just a very sad taste in the mouth. But looking forward, trying to find some positives, even though this last game was a major dud. Some really good stuff from our starting pitchers. They really dazzled. Last 5 starts, honestly, have been very good. We'll go 1 through 5 from the starters. Starting with Musgrove, 6 innings, 1 earned run against the Cardinals. Superb. Darvish, 7 innings, 3 earned runs. Not bad, but 7 innings is spectacular. And then obviously against the series against the Giants, Cease, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. King, 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. And Waldron today, 5 in the third, no earned runs. I mean, what more can you ask for from the starting pitchers? They're obviously not the problem right now. They looked great. They kept us in games. They leave us competitive. This is exactly what we would want. And if this is how the season's going to go, I honestly like our chances more if our pitchers are keeping us in the game. Obviously, also looking at the bullpen a little bit, they've looked fantastic. We'll go into some stats on that. But obviously, the major concern is the runners in scoring position. Nightmares again. Game 3 was just the icing on the cake for the series. We'll definitely look into that game a little bit more in a second. But let's go ahead and dive into the stats on actually the first game. 1 second. Okay. Obviously, Padres lose this first game to the Giants 3-2. Duvall gets the win. De Los Santos gets the loss. This is another really brutal game. Close all the way through, honestly. Obviously, the Giants won and walked it off in the 9th. Padres had a lead in every game this series, and really crappy to see us not being able to hold out on 1-run games. Obviously, here's the first of the 2 1-run losses of the series. But a testament back again, Cease pitched very well. He went 6 innings and allowed 2 earned runs. I wanted to show a little bit of him first to get us rolling here. He looks sharp. Great spot. Like, he looked really good. Kept us in the game. Found a groove from innings 2 to 5. Really kept us close into the game, like I was saying. And just, he looked good. Like, really good sliders. Challenging batters. Going inside. A lot of swing and misses. A lot of high whiff rate. Obviously, this Giants team seems like they'll strike out a lot. And Cease being a strikeout pitcher, this mixed very well. He pitched great. I can't complain about it. He did really good. A testament again, there's that 2-1 lead right there in the 6th. Comes out the game, does phenomenal, and you can't really blame him. Looking on how he got on the board, Cronenworth got a single in the first to give us a 1-0 lead off Hicks. He's had a feeling, oh, maybe this is the game where we start like attacking early and getting after the pitcher and making him throw a lot of pitches. And that was not the case. Jordan Hicks ends up going 7 innings against us and pitches a really good game himself. It's 2 really good starts he's pitched against the Padres now. A little bit alarming, as we know. We like to say there's a lot of Padre killers. Hopefully he's not a new addition to the Padre killer rotation. And in the third, Padres retake the lead again from El Nino. Gets a base hit, timely hitting. Just beautiful, gets the bat on the ball, brings in 1, gives us a 2-1 lead. At this point, you're thinking, okay, maybe we can get some more runs here. Got runners on first and third again there, more runners in scoring position. But again, that was not the case. Just falling short. And then obviously Estrada with the walk-off double in the 9th. Padres lose this game 3-2. Matsui ends up coming back. Let's look at the stat lines really quick before I jump around too much. We'll go box score. Obviously, Bogart's 1 for 4. Tatis 1 for 4. Cronenworth 2 for 4, who's been killing it still. He has not missed a beat. Cronenworth looked good the whole series. A lot of timely hitting, a lot of really good at bats. So another bright spot possibly is maybe Cronenworth's got it back again. Obviously, he had a really shitty year last year and with injuries. Kind of a coin toss this starting to the year. It's thinking how he was going to do this year, but so far he's been phenomenal. Has done really, really well. Machado, another egg. Kim, egg. Profar 1 for 4, who we'll talk about in game 2, the only bright spot of the series. Azócar pinch hits goes 0 for, Campusano 0 for, Pauly 0 for, and Merrill 1 for 3. Merrill, obviously a really good series. We'll talk about him a little bit more later as well. That's the stat line for the box score for the batters. And then Matsui comes in right after Seats, pitches a gem, does really good this series. Wandy comes in as well, pitches an inning in the 3rd, also pitches fantastic. And then the bullpen allows 1 fucking hit this game. And of course, it's in the 9th to Tairo Estrada, who had gone 0 for his last 22 before this double. The moment they show that statistic, I'm like, okay, well, we're fucked. Like, he's going to obviously get a hit because this is how our life is as Padre fans. We know that whenever anything can go bad, it will go bad. So that's what happened here. De Los Santos, who I've been really high on, left the pitch up in the zone. Tairo makes him pay, and they walk it off. Can't complain about the pitching. 6 innings pitched from Cease, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. What the fuck else do you want him to do? You know? I mean, he pitched fantastic, especially for his second start. Looked good. Was fooling a lot of people. Can't blame the pitching here. They all one fucking hit, and it's, of course, just in the 9th inning to De Los Santos. Sorry, I just realized my box is over that, so you can't see it. De Los Santos 1 hit. Rest of the bullpen goes 0. Pitched very well. Did enough to win the game, but runners, of course, just abysmal runners in scoring position. We went 2 for 7 in this game. And honestly, count your blessings that we went 2 for 7 in this game because the next couple of games didn't look very much better. We're going to go ahead and jump into game number 2 now. Obviously, the really good game, the only win of the series against the Giants. Padres win 4-0. Mike O'Kane throws a fucking fantastic gem, goes 7 innings, doesn't allow a run. And of course, the big hero of the day was our boy Pro. First inning comes, boom! Takes it all the way to deep right, gives us 4 to start the game. At this point, you're thinking, okay, this game's going to go well. We're jumping on them early in the first inning. We're up 4-0. We're going to absolutely kill these fuckers, finally get some lopsided numbers on the scoreboard, and maybe break the curse with runners in scoring position. But believe it or not, this is the only time there was runners in scoring position. The whole game for the Padres. We kind of laxed a little bit. I mean, it's obvious our hitting is our problem. Like, it's not much of a debate anymore, but obviously Profar with a big slam. Love to see it. First grand slam of the year. Comes on April 6th. And last year, looking back in 2023, maybe a sign of better things to come. I know. I'm trying to find the optimistic shit in here. Obviously, we had a bad series. Last year, first grand slam came August 16th. So April 6th, August 16th. Writing's on the wall. So really good from Profar. Love to see it. I mean, there's a lot of Profar truthers and a lot of Profar doubters out there. I myself find myself in the middle. I think, obviously, I'm never questioning his ethic, his work ethic, his attitude. The guy's a cool dude. He's constantly having good vibes and gets along well with everyone on the team. It's hard not to like the guy. But his numbers, for what he is as a starting left fielder, to me, are not great, but he had a great series against the Giants. Timely hitting, grand slams. Like, it's hard to doubt sometimes, but I mean, it's easy for Padre fans because we look at the fucking miserable shit that we have all the time, and we got to try and blame somebody. So Profar gets a lot of that, and I can honestly see it a little bit because I'm a little bit in the middle. But looking back on the box score really quick, Bogart's 1 for 4, Tatis 1 for 4, Cronenworth 0 for 3. This is his only 0 for game of the series. But he did have a walk, struck out twice though. Machado 1 for 4, finally got at least a hit. Kimbop 0 for 3, Profar obviously 1 for 3 with the giant bomb to right field. Ozokar pinch hits go 0 for 1, Campusano 1 for 3, still gets on the hit again. Wade 0 for 3, Merrill 0 for 2. First 0 for game of the series for Merrill. Obviously, this wasn't his game, but game 3 we'll look into him a little bit more. I'm sure you've heard he goes 4 for 4 in game 3. 20-year-old going 4 for 4 is just spectacular and a major bright spot. If we're really trying to find some optimistic and things looking forward, Merrill seems to be a very, very big bright spot. Killing it at 20 years old. Looks really, really good. But obviously, the spotlight in this game, other than Profar absolutely taking win yard, was Michael King. Michael King looked fantastic. Going back really quick again to the box score. Goes 7, allows 4 hits, walks 1, and strikes out 4. Sorry, this little box is here again. Let me move it down for you so you can see. There you go. 7 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4K. And look at this bullpen. Does not allow a hit. Only 1 base runner with Suarez. Fantastic from the bullpen again. I mean, I've seen a lot of people doubting Schilt and his bullpen management, especially in Game 3, which we'll talk soon right now. But I personally think Schilt's done pretty good. I know there's a lot of people that go back to blaming Bob Melvin last year for his bullpen management, and I'm first to jump on board with that. I think he was just a fucking abysmal bullpen management. A lot of people saw differently and thought that maybe the blame was more on the hitters and the running and scoring position numbers, which I definitely agree with. But I also want to put some blame on Bob from last year. But people are kind of saying that they're noticing the same with Schilt in close one-run games. His bullpen management has been iffy, according to them. I disagree. I think he's done very well. And I think it shows with no hits in this game from our bullpen. We allowed 1 goddamn runner. Like, that's the whole game. Not a single hit. Cosgrove, Kolek, Suarez all did fantastic game 2. The game was never really in question. There was never a moment where you thought, oh, okay, here we go. Padres are going to fucking blow this game again. Looked great. Great second game. Want to look at Michael King a little bit with his nasty shit. I might buffer a second here. Give me one moment. I'm trying to stay closer to the mic. It doesn't want to pick up my voice a lot of the times. Go ahead and look at Michael King's effort. He had 4 Ks.
The power of baseball goes.
The power of baseball. Aaron Judge. I don't know. I don't want to see your face talking about ex-Yankees. Man, a lot of nice guys in that highlight review there, huh? And fucking like a single one of them. Bryce Harper, Mookie Betts. Anyways, going back to Michael King, looked fantastic. I mean, obviously the last game he had walked 7, so it was a major concern and a red flag from him. I'm like, oh shit, is this going to be a guy that can't control his shit? Obviously a major bounce back here. That right there was their only runner scoring position against him. Looked fantastic. Dominated the entire game. Had a really low pitch count going to the 6. You see right there, 74 pitches with some nasty, wicked shit down and low to Wade. Actually second time set runners in scoring position came there in the last outing for him. Looked fantastic. Looked great. I mean, like I said earlier, just a phenomenal effort from the bullpen and from King. Hard to really go against it. Looked great. Now, going to the heartbreak game of the series. This was, like, in my opinion, our first really big heartbreak game. Padres lose 3-2 this game off a game that was very winnable. Brito comes in the 8th and allows 2 runs. But again, starting pitching looked really good. I know a question was really with Waldron to start his last start. He looked really crappy. You want to look at him really quick. Looked really good. 5 1/3, 0 earned runs. Like, from your 5th starter in divisional games, what more can you ask for? The dude looked good. He was fooling pitchers. I mean, hitters. Look at that fucking curve. That's absolutely disgusting. Obviously, Waldron's the knuckleball pitcher. Look good. Major bounce back. A little help from the umpire there. Jesus Christ, ball's in the other box. But look good. I mean, you got to get your fucking pitcher some run support, man. I mean, at what point do we try and flip the switch? I mean, some nasty shit right there. Tyro was back to his old Tyro Estrada bullshit there. Paint on the right side. Rembrandt looking really good. You can't complain. Your fifth starter's going 5 in the third, and he allows 0 earned. Obviously allowed 1 run, but 0 earned from your fifth guy, and you can't give him the fucking win. Ah, man, just brutal taste in the mouth from this game. Looking back on stat lines, Bogarts goes 0 for. Another egg from Bogarts. He obviously had the hot start. Kind of been cooling off a little bit. Tatis 1 for 4. Cronenworth 2 for 4. Obviously, Crone had the hit in the first that gave us the lead early. We'll look at it in a second. Machado 1 for 4. Kim 1 for 4, who, I love Ha-Seong Kim. I know he's the king of Korea. I love him. He's a great dude. We chant his name all the time. And I'm not one for blaming people on one certain person on wins and losses. But Kim cost us this game today. Obviously, we'll look at the bonehead play of the series in a little bit, which cost us the game and arguably the series. But yeah, Kim, not very good here. Profar goes 1 for 3. Azokar pinch hits goes 0 for. Pauly pinch hits goes 0 for. Wade 1 for 4. Merrill 4 for 4. 4 for 4. I mean, what more do you want from a 20-year-old kid going 4 for 4 with a stolen base? Played good defense the day before. Has just adjusted spectacularly to the major league lineup. It's just been a really pleasant surprise seeing him play. His approach to the ball, shortening up, he's looked fucking great. So it's another major bright spot. 2 major bright spots from the series before getting depressed and looking at all the shitty shit that happened. Starting pitchers look great. Jackson Merrill looks great. Stuff that were questions to start the season, and obviously the season is still young, but the fact that they've shown the shit early is really optimistic and good to see. Merrill, just fantastic day, 4 for 4. Didn't find any really clips on him. I wanted to see, look back on the big hits that we got. Cronenworth obviously starting the game. This might buffer again. Trying to avoid this. Cronenworth starts the game off hot, doubles, brings in Fernando. Shortening up his swing a lot. Cronenworth looks a lot better. I hope it's a trend to stay. But yeah, so he doubles, brings in a run first, and you're like, okay, maybe this is another game where we're going to break the game open, jumping on their pitchers. Gets a good piece of it, takes it to deep right. This fucking stadium, I don't know how that ball doesn't get out. Hits the very top of the wall, a little unfortunate there. Nino starts on the high tail, just absolute running the bases like a madman. Gets in safely, Padres go up 1-0. Again, at this point, you're thinking, man, we're jumping on pitchers early. Maybe this is the game where we break out and score a lot of runs. But again, runners in scoring position. Jesus Christ. Padres go. Let me look at my notes. I don't want to fuck this up. 2 for 11. Here it is right here. 2 for 11. Jesus Christ. Like, how the fuck do you expect to win any games when you're going 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position? 7 left on base. Padres actually tally a shitload of hits off of fucking Webb. 10 hits off Webb. And just such just bad timing and unfortunate timing and just awful. 10, they end up getting 11 hits against the Giants, and we scored 2 fucking runs. Come on now, dog. Obviously, I was slandering Kim, which is, in my opinion, well-deserved for today, even though I love the dude.
Why Cedar? Because I would
so loud.
than dirty.
I'm so sorry. I had this preloaded, but I don't know. This MLB site sometimes kind of fucks up and rebuffers the clips. But going back on that, I had slandered Kim a little bit for his game, but he obviously did bring in another run to get us up 2-0. Look at it here. First and third, 1 out. Gets a really good swing on it. Bad pitch from Webb, to be honest. But lines it to left, gives us a 2-0 lead. But again, that's all we end up scoring. Right there, you see the graphic. We already have runners on first and second with 1 out, and we can't fucking bring them in. Just abysmal running and scoring position numbers. And now, unfortunately, we have to look at the bonehead play of the series, and it goes to our boy Ha-Seong Kim. Inevitably, Ha-Seong Kim costs the Padres all 3 runs. The first run, he allows Jung Ho Lee to reach by an error with a ball that goes into the next fucking area code. Absolutely airmails the throw. Jung Ho Lee gets on and he ends up scoring. And right here, bottom of the 8th, a lot of people are blaming Schilt for this. Bringing in Brito here. Obviously, Brito had looked. He's had way more bad games than good. And bringing him in the 8th inning in a 1-run game scenario here is a little questionable. I won't lie to you. However, he does his fucking job. A lot of people are saying maybe he didn't, maybe he does. 2-1, Padres right here. Bottom of the 8th, 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Brito comes in to go against Conforto. After a little blue bullshit single to Soler, drops down because, of course, those fucking balls drop down. Obviously, Wilmer gets a hit right before this. This is the play from our Korean King where he absolutely fucking botches this shit. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Brito, good pitch inside, gets him to roll over. Cronenworth with a lot of time, and the ball comes out of his club. He tries to message the umpire hey, he botched it out, and no. Kim just drops the ball. Obviously, this ties the game. That's another run that comes into score because of Kim's error. Obviously, just brutal. Bonehead play of the series goes to our Korean King, Ha-Seong Kim. Obviously, after this play, Chapman comes in and gets an RBI single to right, and the Padres lose 3-2. Just brutal. Just brutal baseball. You had a feeling there in that 8th inning, if you're a Friar faithful, as much as you want to have the faith and be optimistic, this team drives you fucking insane. I was sitting on the couch trying to maintain composure, but I had a feeling that somehow, some way, we would find a way to fuck this one up. And of all people, our Gold Glove shortstop King, Ha-Seong Kim, drops the ball big time. I don't put much blame on Brito there. Brito did enough to get out of the inning. He gets the ground ball, exactly what you need from your pitcher, and Kim fucks it up. This one has to go on Kim. Allows practically all 3 runs to score because of him. Obviously, the inning gets extended. Chapman gets the RBI single, which never would have happened if Kim gets the out. The run scores from 3rd when Kim makes the error, and the run earlier from 1st because of Kim also comes back to haunt us. Really disappointing and really shitty way to end the series. Obviously, the Padres lose this game 3-2. Not much really else to look into here. Obviously, Merrill, like I said before, great game, fitting in fantastically. But just a brutal way to end the series against the Giants. And I know with this team, the way our team is set up, we're hoping for that wild card spot. Like I said, being optimistic and realist. We're not going to fucking win the division, okay, people? I'm faithful as much as fucking everyone else. We're not going to beat the fucking Dodgers, all right? Fuck them. Whatever. We're not looking at them. These types of games are going to haunt us. Just really bad. 2 for 11. Going back on really quick on the stat, 5 for 19 with runners in scoring position on the series. 5 for 19. Obviously, with Game 3 being the most abysmal fucking effort of all 3 games. 2 for 11. Just a really sour mouth, punch in the face move right there. 8th inning, of course, this happens. Waldron, your 5th pitcher, throws a fucking gem, keeps you in the game. And we fuck it up. I feel like it's at this point, it's like we should make a bingo card and we're like, how will we Padres fuck it up this time? And we should just have the most obscure shit, like alien invasion in the 7th causes the ball to drop or some bullshit. Because at this point, would you be fucking surprised? Oh, there's a fucking, I don't know, there's a wizard in right field that fucking Expelliarmus is in the ball. It goes flying everywhere. Which is, nothing would surprise me anymore. Honestly, it's a new ball game when we talk about Padre baseball and a new type of pod dressing, if we're being really honest. And I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to find the good stuff, like I had mentioned earlier. But this one, it's kind of hard to you just gotta hang your head down low and just fucking eat it, you know? Just really shitty, really shitty game. Looking forward now, going back to this, looking forward to Chicago. Chicago actually with a decent series against the Dodgers. Last time I checked, they were currently winning 7-0 against the Dodgers. So coming in to Petco while we shit the bed and have a sad flight home isn't the greatest. And obviously with them playing well, I expect another really tough series. But trying to remain optimistic, trying to find some will to believe that we're going to start scoring with fucking runners in scoring position. I don't know how you can think that when, it's been happening for a year plus now. But got to try and forget it. Try and move on. Find the bright spots. Pitching kicked ass. Merrill's kicking ass. Campusano's still doing okay. Try and find some positives because this last one was a fucking doozy. Padres lose the series 2-1. Going on to Chicago. Game time, start time tomorrow, 6:45. We're going to have our 1, 2, 3 guys. So looking at it on paper, they shoved the last week. Why not shove again? Let's stuff these fucking Cubbies. Take them back. Try and win the series. A lot of people are saying, damn, we need to sweep the Cubs now, which, 5-7 record early on, still not horrible, especially in games that they've shown that they should win. Definite red flag, don't get me wrong. Major, major, major fucking red flag. But let's remain optimistic. Let's stay faithful. Let's fuck these Cubbies up. I know there'll probably be a lot of fucking asshole Cub fans in the stands at Petco Park. I wish I could go to the game. Like I said in the last game, I'm kind of immobile. I broke my ankle. I can't go to any games. So get to the fucking games. Cheer your fucking ass out. Look beautiful like you always do. Stay vibrant. 1, 2, 3. Let's go Padres, baby. Darvish goes on tomorrow, Monday, or today, depending on when you're watching this. Musgrove and Seif. Let's fucking roll. Let's do this. Let's fucking forget about this stupid ass series against the Giants, which was really, really abysmal and hard to watch. And a lot of the same. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's move on. Let's go Padres, baby. Stay vibrant. I will see you all again on Thursday recapping the series against the Cubbies, hopefully in very high spirits. I know I was, trying to drag through the crappy emotions. I kind of blew off some steam when the game ended, yelled out a couple Fs, yelled a couple of, explicits. Got it out of my system. Let's move on. Fuck the Giants. Let's go Padres. Let's move on. Stay vibrant, babies. Have a good day.